Hey everybody, clearing. All right. Ooh, tickets for the retreat in March, Inner Union retreat, drop tomorrow at 11:11. I said that at 11 seconds. AM Pacific Standard Time, and I am doing 200 off for the first 2 people that buy tickets, so set your alarm. I'm getting such good feelings about this retreat. Like, I literally cannot wait to spend time in person with all of you who choose to come. So good. So good. Anyways, let's get into it. This is Divine Masculine check-in, and we are going to look at what are the Divine Masculines thinking hard about. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What is it that these Divine Masculines are thinking double time about, thinking hard about? What are they trying to figure out at this time? And what are the Divine Feminines most meant to know for their side of the energy? What is the advice for the DFs connected with these masculines that are thinking hard? That's what I heard on the pre-shuffle. They're thinking hard. All right, so what can we see for how they are thinking of the connection? 5 of Swords. Wow, this is my card of the free will. So in the upright, this is sort of taking the easy way out, not putting so much effort. In the inverse, this is the tipping point, the turning point. The 5s in tarot represent that teeter-totter where it goes from underdeveloped to more mature. And this is my card of accountability when it's in the inverse like this. I've come to read it as they're seeing they do make a difference. They can invest. They can do things with the long term in mind. They can be proactive. They can foresee what, the karmic repercussions of not being authentic or being proactive would cause, the ripple effect. They can have that foresight. Okay, so with regard to this connection, this is telling me that they've learned what not to do by not cutting corners. So this does imply that they've cut corners or not invested as deeply as they could have, or in certain ways they've held back, or they've given the bare minimum. And they're really seeing now that doesn't do anybody any favors, is what I just heard. What can we see? Oh, yeah. So what do they want to do? They want to masculine up. This is the Emperor. Saturn, doesn't Saturn go direct yesterday or something? Right around now. This is very much the card, the hallmark of the Saturn energy since middle of July, going retro. There is an eclipse here, and I am starting to get the February 17th eclipse energies coming in. So you're going to see a new version of this masculine that's taking more accountability. And I heard a stand-up person. I heard stand-up man, but take gender how it resonates. These masculine energies are coming into alignment, and they know that it's not worth it to be out of alignment or to fight their heart. That does not serve. What is the advice for the feminines? Ooh, trust the love. We've got the 2 of Cups. Like, feel that love deep in your bones. Know your worth. That doesn't mean you have to cling to your specific masculine, but you have to know what you are worthy of, is the feeling I'm getting here. And you have not been worthy of half-ass love. And so this is really knowing your worth so that your masculine can rise to that, or that masculine energy in general, you won't settle for your masculine coming in less than balanced or for someone else. That doesn't mean shun. That doesn't mean not talk to. That doesn't mean pretend masculine energy doesn't exist. It literally just means you can take it or leave it. And when you let it into your inner circle, it's righteous, it's aligned. But yeah, these masculines understand that cutting corners only hurts themselves. What can we see for what they're thinking hard about regarding their feminine? Ooh, 10 of Cups. This says European Starling. I was thinking of my friend Liga that says European. Anyways, European Starling. This is the 10 of Cups. This is the ultimate happiness. So yeah, these masculines are really thinking hard about how you are everything that they've ever, I mean everything. Like I just heard them say it. I mean everything they've ever wanted. You check off all the chakras I just heard, especially the lower ones. That's what I heard. Okay, masculines. Yeah, it's making sense. So I'm hearing these masculines are now forgiving themselves for leading with passion or being so passionately drawn to you feminines because they really do understand that you are the full spectrum. What else here? Yeah, this is a diligence card, slow and steady, but they've really methodically looked at all of this 10 of Cups. Like they know what each of those 10 cups of happiness entails because it literally checks off all those boxes. The word literally keeps coming out of my mouth today. So they might be saying literally that might be a sync for you. I literally can't remember when I've literally said this so much. Goodness me. What is the advice for the feminines? Wow, Empress. Who's fit for an Empress? The Emperor. We definitely have these masculines coming into full yes. I heard divine timing. What are these masculines thinking hard about on the heart space? Wow, 9 of Cups, steely-eyed chicken. Look at that chicken. It's like, I shall not rest. Oh, this is funny. You know how roosters crow in the morning? It's like they just can't wait to make all that ruckus. Wow. And yes, there's the eclipse again, but the 2 of Swords in this position, it's in the upright. In this position, I'm getting one that it's before the eclipses. So we're not waiting till February 17th for this energy to come in, for this rooster to crow. This is a clearing of blockages though. So there is something that these masculines are realizing they have not had to wait or put up some condition or limitation. I'm getting that they're finding some way to soften the edges of being so rigid about this not being time yet. And that they're catching themselves out on something. They're like, it checks all my boxes. This connection checks all my boxes. I did not call the divine feminines in it. The connection checks all the boxes and I'm wishing for it with all my heart. And they're like, why am I waiting? Why am I waiting? What is the advice? And clearly, we've got the Empress with knowing this love. The Chariot in the inverse. So this is kind of like all these things the masculines are thinking about. It's like putting oil in the vehicle, you know, checking if any lights are on, that kind of thing. Even closing the doors fully. Like they're buttoning it all up. And yeah, they're getting ready, feminines. So continue to embody this frequency of readiness, continue to be in your knowing about what you deserve and living your best life. Trusting it's on the way, I just heard. What can we see for what these masculines are thinking hard about on the heart space? 3 of Pentacles, that there is just so much more than meets the eye in this connection, and that they don't have to force it or manipulate it or manifest it. It's literally just, literally, whew. Maybe that's it. They're like, I didn't have to work for this. It's just God-given. Wow. Fell on their lap. Actually, just freaking heck, I literally saw a divine feminine falling on a divine masculine's lap. So that might be a synchronicity. Okay, put literally in the comments once or twice, 2 comments. Just, you can put it once and then just go on ahead and put it in there again today. Advice for the feminines. The world. I just heard wait for it all to complete, but you really are this masculine's world. Like, you're the best one in the whole world for them. They cannot do better. No kaoi. None better. There's nothing better. And that's why they don't have to work for it. So when they were karmic, when they were immature, they thought love hurt. They thought love had to be earned. They thought love had to be elusive. They thought they had to play games or power trip or be one step ahead. That's not what happens with alignment. Alignment is, unless you screw it up, unless you F around with it. And so this alignment has taken the masculines a minute because they've tried all manner of things to, I heard, deny it and sever the connection. If it was severable, they were going to do it to test it because these are the most skittish, because they are the most real. They don't want to get bound into anything fake. And so that doesn't mean they didn't think you weren't special. They just wanted to make sure you were for them. But the thing is, when they stop putting anything extra in, there you are. You're still there. You've been there, all that. So they truly are realizing on their heart of hearts, this is not a material realm typical relationship. This is an energetic connection. This is a soul connection, whatever languaging they're using. Actually, I want to just see, what are these masculines, what language are they using about these connections? Well, my happy place. Got the King of Wands, the Empress, and the Ace of Wands. This is like, they've never been more attracted to anybody. You've never, like, nobody has ever checked all their boxes. There is something here that, well, we have the Empress again. Why do these have to be in the up? We got the King of Wands, which is my monogamous king, my divine masculine embodied king. The Empress, this total passion, this brand new inspiration, like next level, most phallic card in the deck, and then all this happiness. They've tried to find any fault whatsoever in this connection, in you. Like, they've taken every precaution, every measure to try and find something that they can say, see, it's not what I thought it was. They just want to be so sure. Part of that novelty, though, in really looking at if there could be any kind of downside to this, is that because it's so joyful to time after time after time see there isn't a downfall, a downside. But yeah, we don't need to be in double negative or reverse psychology, opposites day. We can get to the good part, right, masculines? I think that's why these cards were all in the inverse, because that message of opposites day just came through with that in mind. So these masculines are realizing they don't have to be inverted about this anymore. They can actually start to look at this connection up in the light for what it is, not for the skeptical approach. I don't give my heart easily, and you've passed every test. So I'm not getting these masculines were manipulative and staging tests intentionally so that you would fail. It's more of an endearing, playful, lighthearted energy. Maybe at first, one or two times, we're not as hopeful or grounded. But they're saying, really, it's just been fascinating to see what somebody is like that is aligned and doesn't falter. So it's kind of been like hugely blessing them to see you as somebody who doesn't falter. Karmic people are a dime a dozen that haven't done the healing, and that, you know, Jekyll and Hyde, they show their true colors or whatever, but divine feminines, these masculines are just so delighted at how you've been able to show them how it's really supposed to be done. Wow, I just about said literally again. Oh, I did. If you've only posted literally once, put it again. What are these masculines wanting to manifest here? Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles. This is the psychic intuitive, and this is the hubby commitment card here. So they want to give you what you want. They want to, you have told them, you have shown them, you have embodied the energy that you know what this connection is and who this is to you, feminines. And they're not looking at you in this. This is you having told them, shown them how you feel, all of that. And, they know, they know this connection. They also know that you feel that way. And they want to give you that commitment. They really, really do. What is the advice? This is your person. We got the King of Pentacles right there. Your advice is trust your intuition. Okay, these tests that the masculines have directly or indirectly gone through, you've known, even when they've sworn otherwise, that they loved you, that they are your person. I got shivers. And this is saying, trust your intuition. This has been a spiritual awakening for all involved. And you trusting your intuition, even when your masculine hasn't been concurring in the physical, you can trust that energy that you felt. You know what you've felt. You've known what their actions have said and done. This is saying confirmation. Okay, what can we see for what action they want to take? The Chariot. So we just had that the engine's running, the oil's been checked, the doors are closed properly, and it's kind of sitting there. So they want to come forward. They're just thinking about everything that's come before and everything that will. This Four of Swords is a card that happens after the tug of war of being pulled too thin, third parties, whatever it is. And there is a third eye illumination here. So they're getting some very specific awarenesses right now about the timing, about the energy, about the movement forward. They're readying themselves. Some might be traveling. What can we see for, Queen of Swords? Sometimes when this comes up, it's just a nod, a hat tip to me. So I'll take it. So that's just a confirmation. It's a confirmation. So I'm also getting that you may have felt something recently, the last couple of days in particular. There's an eagle or a hawk up in the sky, and that's talking about seeing the big picture. The Queen of Swords is a very perceptive queen. And so you may have picked up on something or know of something going on with your masculine intuitively or their actions. There could be a synchronicity with a new vehicle with all these chariot energies. What can we see for the biggest challenge that these masculines are thinking hard about? Judgment. This is the second chances and opening their heart. So they're thinking long and hard about how this would have kicked off had they had their heart open in the first place. And so now they understand the shortcomings of having a closed heart chakra. And they're curious, what would it be like if I didn't hold back, if I didn't withhold information or affection or communication? What would it be like if I was trusting, open, available? Some of them already know that they've become that and that they do not have a reason to be guarded anymore. And they're just anticipating what that's going to be like for you to experience and how they know it will flow. Some of them are saying, I've been waiting for when it could. What is the advice for the feminines? Continue doing the inner work. So that you're just chill when your masculine comes in. So you don't lose yourself. That hyperactivity, that craziness, the limerence, the over-emotionality, all of that. Deep peace, deep gratitude is what we're going for, not the manic sort of I'm gonna faint sort of stuff. It's really, as we do the work, we just open to allow it. When we haven't fully aligned with our worth, with our expansion of consciousness, we will get high level intel, intuitive hits, and it'll feel so urgent, so big. But the more work we do, the more we can just allow those big, high frequency, multidimensional nudges and downloads to come in and sort of be there, right? Before we are, when the shoes are too big, it's very, very mania inducing when we start to psychically pick up on potentials and then we can't really ground it because it's way too manic or something. And so continue doing the work so that this is one of the most audacious, incredible manifestations that you will create in this lifetime. So just keep opening, keep doing that inner work to know your worth, to put down fear, to just be chill so that it can come and you won't lose yourself. What can we see for the solution for this challenge? The Nine of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles, that's the wifey card in the inverse. This is inner nurture. Nine of Swords is anxiety. So this advice for the masculines really is to look at any remaining anxiety where I'm hearing there's any fear or risky energy, like the fear of being rejected, all of that. Masculines are very much being asked to just come into the peace. And this is also, they feel any manic imbalances in you, feminines, because too much hyper reaction can be fear that you don't truly know that you are aligned with your counterpart. And so if there's over emotionality, it's not grounded. And this is saying your masculine will be picking up on the slightest bit because this is a true love connection. And so you've got to heal and balance and come into peace in your own energy here, feminines, before this masculine's going to feel the energy is ripe. But they are way more aware of it than you believe they are. The Hanged Man. Okay, so you're going to have some epiphanies about this message that just came in and how you can further open, soften, deepen, embody, clear fear at this time. Yeah, I'm just getting for a lot of people in this collective, you are feeling this deep, deep peace. What can we see for the 3 weeks coming up? Knight of Cups, self-love, and clearing through any, this is another 5. This is too many people involved. So this is some clearing work. I'm hearing, pardon me, coming through. It's like really letting go of what other people are going to have to say about this connection or what they'll think. So whatever the taboos are, they might be things that are visually notable. So many contrasts that others, strangers on the street, would see a difference between the two of you in some regard. That's one thing that's being cleared, but also family, friends, politics. There's just so much going on here where the next few weeks is just this clearing of all that idea of what others would think, and knowing that when we love ourselves, these connections make sense regardless of how other people's opinions will be. Other people's opinions are none of our business is a really good one. And that's on them. We don't have to have it define us. These connections have come through the gamut of development here, and they really are coming to the forefront. What is the advice for the feminines? Continue to know that you are the one. You're the best one for your masculine. This is another third party card. So put all of those competitive fear-based things that your masculine could possibly be more interested in someone else, or that anything else like that is going on, and just keep coming back to, when it's time for sacred union, there will be no other energies in the mix. There won't be a thought of other energies. It will just be you. And just understand, feminines, that until that is the case, that is one of the indicators that sacred union is imminent. It's one of the indicators that sacred union is actually available, is there are no other. You are the best one for your masculine. So continue to just allow that shedding of all the other belief structures and, you know, actual other energies, if that pertains. Keep letting those all fall away. All right, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.